Hi viewers, you are welcome to my channel English Easy. Through this video, I am going to discuss with you a poem A Tiger in the Zoo from Class 10 NCERT textbook, First Flight.
A Tiger in the Zoo by Leslie Norris.
This poem was written by George Leslie Norris. He was a prize-winning Welsh poet and short story writer. He is considered as one of the most important Welsh writers of the post-war period, and his literary works have won many prizes. Through the poem A Tiger in the Zoo, the poet explains the agony and helplessness of a caged tiger that lives in a zoo. The tiger is never happy in the zoo. It longs for the freedom. The freedom of the tiger in the zoo is restricted within the limited space in the cage. This poem contrasts or compares the tiger in its natural habitat with that of a tiger imprisoned in the zoo. The tiger in the forest enjoys its freedom or liberty, whereas the tiger in the zoo leads a constrained life behind the bars. He is a victim of human domination over nature and its creatures. Now we shall recite the poem A Tiger in the Zoo. He stalks in his vivid strips, the few steps of his cage, on pads of velvet quiet. In his quiet rage, he should be lurking in shadow, sliding through long grass near the water hole where plump deer pass. He should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge, baring his white fangs, his claws terrorizing the village. But he is locked in a concrete cell, his strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring the visitors. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. Leslie Norris. This poem consists of 5 stanzas. Each stanza consists of 4 lines. We shall learn the first stanza. He stalks in his vivid strips, the few steps of his cage. The first stanza talks about the tiger in the zoo. He means the tiger in the zoo. He stalks in his vivid stripes. He stalks means walks proudly. The tiger walks in his vivid strips. Vivid means very clear. Strips, the lines on the tiger. He stalks in his vivid strips, the few steps of his cage. The tiger walks only a few steps inside the cage because the space inside the cage is very limited. On pads of velvet quiet, in his quiet rage, the tiger moves very slowly as if it walks on the velvet. In his quiet rage, the tiger is actually angry. So it walks because it is not happy in being inside the cage. It is angry. It walks very slowly. Now we shall discuss about the second stanza of the poem. The first stanza we talked about the tiger in the zoo, whereas the second stanza actually talks about the tiger in the forest. He should be lurking in shadow, sliding through long grass. The poet says that the tiger in the forest has freedom to move anywhere, wherever it likes. The tiger in the forest would have been under any shadow, hiding itself. Lurking means staying hidden. Sliding through long grass, moving through long grass. Near the water hole where plump deer pass. It sometimes goes to near the water holes, small streams, where it finds plump deer pass. Plump means very fat deer pass so that it can catch those plump deers, fatty deers. The tiger in the forest has freedom to move anywhere. It has freedom to enjoy itself, its natural habitat life. Now we shall discuss the third stanza of the poem. The third stanza also talks about the tiger in its natural habitat or in the forest. He should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge. The poet says that the tiger, if it fails to find out its prey in the forest, can come out to the village near the jungles in search of food. He should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge. Snarling means growling, the sound made by the tiger. Baring his white fangs, his claws, terrorizing the village. The tiger can terrorize the village people. It can frighten the village people. It can scare the village people. By showing its white teeth, fangs means sharp teeth, and his claws. By showing the white sharp teeth and his claws, the total appearance of the tiger can terrorize the village people. The poet also gives us a warning that if we destroy the natural habitat of the animals, it can sometimes come out of the forest in search of food or shelter. The fourth stanza talks about the tiger in the zoo. But he is locked in a concrete cell, his strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. The tiger is locked in a concrete cell. His strength behind bars. He has a lot of strength. He has power. When it is in the forest, it has choice, it has chances to show its power and strength. But when it is in the cell, it cannot show its power or strength. The tiger can do nothing but walk in the cage. It walks up and down within the cage. It ignores all the visitors who come there. The visitors who come there are very happy and they enjoy watching this tiger. But the tiger is not at all happy, not at all friendly with the visitors who come there, because he lacks the actual freedom. The freedom has been taken away from him. The final stanza of the poem also talks about the tiger in the zoo. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars. The tiger in the cage has been listening different noises throughout the day, and even before he goes to sleep, he could listen the zookeepers come and lock the bars and all. He could listen the patrolling cars and their horns, their movements. When every noises are cleared, he stares, looks at the sky with his brilliant eyes. He could see the stars shining in the sky. Perhaps he is asking heaven why he has been imprisoned there. Okay, students, once again we shall recite this poem for your better understanding. He stalks in his vivid strips, the few steps of his cage, on pads of velvet quiet in his quiet rage. He should be lurking in shadow, sliding through long grass near the waterhole where plump deer pass. He should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge, bearing his white fangs, his claws, terrorizing the village. But he is locked in a concrete cell, his strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. By Leslie Norris. We shall see the rhyme scheme of this poem. The rhyme scheme of this poem is A B C B. From the first stanza, we shall understand the rhyme scheme. See the last word of each line in the first stanza. First line last word is stripes, second line last word is cage, third line last word is quiet, and fourth line last word is rage. So stripes, cage, quiet, and rage. See, first word we have given A, the letter A. For the second word we give a cage because these two are not rhyming words, new different words. And third word is quiet. So this we give a new letter C. But rage and cage are same rhyming words. So the letter which is given for the cage is given to rage also, B. So the first stanza's rhyme scheme is A B C B. The same you can see in the second stanza also. Shadow 1 A, grass B, because these two are not rhyming words. Third word is C, hole is C, and fourth word is pass. Pass and grass are rhyming words, so we give B. So the rhyme scheme of this poem is A B C B.